In Dallas, Texas, at FCI Segoville, Josh Duggar is presently serving a 12.5-year term. The 37-year-old's prison experience has been the subject of multiple reports. The use of illegal phones has landed him and his cell in hot water on more than one occasion. On the other hand, fresh information has emerged asserting that Josh is a model behind bars. Let me tell you why. An insider's accusation that Josh is going through hell in prison last month made him a headline. The former Counting On star reportedly has been pleading with his loved ones for help. The insider went on to say that prison politics and punishment have been ongoing issues. On top of that, inmates have gone on hunger strikes in the past when they had their leisure time cut in half due to a contraband issue. Inmates have reportedly voiced their dissatisfaction with the meals, and Josh is reportedly suffering from stress as a result. Despite all, a fresh report asserts that Josh is allegedly still a model behind bars. An informant revealed Josh Duggar's prison demeanor. The former Counting On star is reportedly reserved and prefers to spend time alone. He hasn't been up to any mischief recently, except for being caught with an illegal phone. An insider further mentioned that he serves as an example for other prisoners. It appears that Josh is still participating in his cell's misdeeds, despite his good behavior. One of these incidents occurred when an inmate played a practical joke on a member of the staff. A staff was splattered with a toxic chemical as part of the practical joke. This resulted in a more severe penalty, which included the confiscation of their funds, which are utilized for purchasing jail food at the penal institution. Some have speculated that Josh Duggar is receiving celebrity-level treatment while incarcerated. The former Counting On star was already in the spotlight after a video surfaced showing him strutting around the prison fields in what are essentially luxury items, shoes and sunglasses. Josh reportedly signed newspapers on his CSAM arrest, and it appears that his prominence on TV is influencing how he is treated. He's also residing in a dormitory that offers unique privileges. The dorm was reportedly intended for inmates used by the prison staff. On the other hand, Josh reserved his accommodation in advance, so he could get a head start. Nothing will alter the reality that Josh will be incarcerated until 2032. No one has heard rumors that Anna paid Josh a visit when he was in prison. This sparked rumors that Anna is contemplating a permanent breakup with Josh. Some think Jim Bob is making an effort to prevent Anna from leaving. Anna and her children may have been the intended recipients of the $1 million mansion he supposedly bought. Let me get this Josh Duggar thing straight. That Josh Duggar has been the subject of some crazy talk as of late. Word on the street is that he has transformed into a model prisoner while incarcerated, and the internet is at a loss for reaction. Let's dissect this drama, figure out what's going on, and understand the significance of this model concept in a setting where freedom is severely restricted and the stakes are great. Setting the scene. Josh Duggar's prolonged journey to jail. For anyone who may have missed the chaotic specifics, let me provide some brief background. Serious charges relating to child exploitation led to the conviction of Josh Duggar, the eldest son of the Duggar family from the notorious Counting On TLC. You can imagine how this shook up the Duggar community, from fans to the media to the fans themselves. Legal disputes, public shame, and Josh's demise from the limelight were all results of the massive aftermath. The prison term followed. Josh has remained mostly silent, until now, due to a new and grim chapter in his life. Then what is the point of being a model inmate? Josh is supposedly exhibiting model behavior in prison, according to recent reports. Inmate parlance frequently uses this word, but what is its true meaning? To put it simply, a model prisoner is an inmate who complies with prison regulations, stays out of trouble, maintains a low profile, and does not create any unnecessary drama. They may be required to take part in classes, labor tasks, or rehabilitation programs. The point isn't to get fame or admirers, but rather to stay alive and maybe gain some perks while you're behind bars. The good news is that Josh has reportedly adjusted well to prison life, avoiding conflict and possibly even participating in certain programs. It seems like a very typical strategy for staying alive, doesn't it? Why is this news important? To be honest, many people experience a range of emotions when they hear that Josh could be a model inmate. Someone out there thinks he's doing his part and should be commended for being quiet and not generating any more problems. Think it makes no difference. He ought to serve his time quietly without receiving any favors. Are wary and wonder if the model prisoner designation is just public relations hype. From wherever you stand, it's obvious that even in prison, people are paying attention to Josh's condition. Prison life. It's not what you expect. No matter who you are, prison life is no joke. So we have to keep things real. Model doesn't always imply a glamorous career. Strict regulations, restricted freedom, volatile social dynamics, and the constant threat of violence are some of the harsh conditions that the majority of prisoners endure. For Josh, it's likely just another day of doing the same thing, trying not to be seen, keeping to timetables for food, counting work and programs, fighting for one's sanity in the face of adversity. His efforts to avoid making things worse for himself are what make him a model, not a living saint. The Duggars, who are they? Is anything being said? If you've been following the Duggars, you know that they like to keep their problems under wraps. Very few people have spoken out about Josh since his trial and imprisonment. Aside from general remarks about family, faith, or prayer, there have been no official comments regarding prison conduct, reports on visits, or indications of public acceptance or disapproval. Reports claim that Josh's behavior while inside is model, but the family is keeping mum, likely because they prefer to play it low-key while the cameras are rolling. Reactions from fans. Chaotic and divergent. In the customary chaotic concoction of online responses, Josh's reputation as a prison model has sparked. If he's staying out of trouble, good for him. Other admirers remark. What matters is that he is serving his sentence. Some people think it's irrelevant how model he is. No one should feel sorry for him because of the terrible things he done. And getting down to brass tacks. Model prisoner? No, really. Trying to survive is jail lingo. Nothing to brag about. The societal difference surrounding accountability, repentance, and the extent to which fans should support fallen superstars is encapsulated in this microcosm. Would this work as a plan? What if the model prisoner story was only a ploy? That's a hot idea. Keep in mind that even while incarcerated, your public image is important. Maybe Josh's loved ones would like to paint him as someone who has transformed, is making amends, or is at least not a total wreck. Reasons this might be useful include possible reductions in sentencing or early parole. Getting back on one's feet and back into society is the goal here. In the event that he decides to return to the media, he will face less public criticism. In any case, the timing of this revelation seems deliberate. It divulges just the right amount of information to keep Josh's name in the news without being shocking. Where will Josh Duggar go from here? After everything that has happened, I don't know what the future holds for Josh. His public image and prior acts make a return unlikely, regardless of how much of a model he is inside bars. Even though many of the Duggars fans were deeply disappointed or distrustful, the brand and their followers have moved on. Josh may attempt to rebuild his personal life discreetly while he is out of prison. Prioritize your faith and spend time with your family. Try to change careers or make amends in public, which, to be honest, would be difficult. Perhaps he will choose to remain hidden from view indefinitely. We will find out in due course. Honesty matters more than feeling sorry for others. Josh Duggar's conviction wasn't about sensational headlines. It involved actual victims and grave offenses, regardless of prison behavior reports. No amount of model prisoner status can make the hurt go away or restore damaged feelings. Maintaining a focus on accountability, justice, and victim rehabilitation is essential. The public's fixation on famous inmates frequently obscures the broader picture, and Josh's situation serves as a reminder of how complex justice and redemption can be. Enduring energy. Okay, so the idea that Josh Duggar is a model prisoner might sound strange or even shocking. What it really means is that he is following the rules and not making trouble, which is the absolute minimum in jail terms. Everyone involved, the Duggar family, their admirers, and the critics, can look back on this as merely the latest twist in a lengthy and complicated tale of stardom, disappointment, and the search for salvation, or, if not, peace. Is Josh ever going to return from this? No one has the solution to that million-dollar question at this time. However, in my opinion, the true focus should not be on his status as a model, but rather on the concepts of justice, survivor care, and the extent to which individuals undergo genuine transformation once the cameras stop recording.